Hey guys, it's Matt Hanham here and welcome to the Amplify Your Business podcast. Welcome to the show, everybody. I am Matt Hanham and I'm here today with Mr. Lincoln Pan. Lincoln, welcome.
Thank you, Matt, having me.
No problem. So I'll quickly summarise what I know of you, but I think there's many more facets, but we'll go from there. So financial advisor, investor, accountant, author, performance coach, and basically leading 3 companies right now, which is Cinch Advisory, Learn Zillion, and Red Swan International. Fantastic. Okay. And I'm sure many other things to many other people.
Exactly.
Exactly. Awesome. So why don't you take me back to where it all started? I believe in your sister's storeroom, and maybe there's a story in that we can get kicked off.
Okay. So I originally from China. Okay, I've been on.
No, really?
Yeah. I've been to Australia like 12 years. Okay, I start from international students.
Yeah. And you started in Melbourne, not in Perth, right?
In Melbourne, and I moved to Perth.
Yeah.
So and after I finished my university, I found it really challenging to find a job.
Yeah.
So I moved back to my sister's storage room.
Okay.
Okay. So
you were living in the storage room as well as working from there?
Exactly. The storage, not basement.
We don't really have a lot of basements, do we here in Perth? We're not really built that way. But so you were in the storage room.
Yeah.
So you studied. You obviously finished with great qualifications, like many of us do. Because the reason why I bring this up is something I've been ranting on lately is about how people walk out with degrees and think that you can just walk in to get a great job. I mean, it's really obvious to me that a lot of great people are finishing degrees, ready to go and do something serious, and there's not necessarily something out there for you. So you will look for jobs for a while?
For a while. So at least 6 months, I sent out 170 resumes.
170 resumes.
And 5 replies. And now I didn't get even one job offer.
Yeah, right.
I think battling, I'm very shy and introverted.
Yeah.
Okay, not easy to express my ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing a podcast like this one will scare me. Okay, so I think the darkest moment is the time to let me to reflect myself. It's okay, what am I good at? What am I really not good at? I really cherish that period till now.
Okay. Ironically, I see I'm somewhat introverted, and I see a podcast as a good way for introverts to actually get in and have good conversations and create some content. So maybe it's something you might find yourself interested in. But I use it as a tool, to help me break through some of that at times, and to create more meetings and just talk to more people and do more things. So you might find it interesting. But so 8 years. I mean, I assume you applied for a lot of accounting type roles, and so a lot of finance roles. And so you just think you just didn't express yourself, in a way that you stood out from others. So you had to go and do something different.
So at the beginning, I think I have challenged to translate my values into a tangible asset, like how I can help business to grow, right? And after I reading like hundreds self-development books, and also
so this is after.
Okay.
So just let me draw the picture. So you finish uni. You spend 6 months applying for jobs. Are you starting to grow and learn at that point as well? So you are. So maybe let's say a few weeks in, you start to realize this isn't going to plan. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep pushing this along, but I'm going to start to work on myself. And you sort of move down the self-help, horrible terminology, but the personal development. You start learning, you start growing. So you went through that during the 6 month period. And what is there a point where it crystallized and you said, no, I'm not doing this. I'm going to go start my own thing or do something else? I mean, what was the turning point at the end of that sort of 6 month period that made you think, like, I'm going to change my approach?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, so I think at the moment, the time I feel very desperate, looking for an accounting job. Okay, and then I read a book written by Winkle Frankel. The man looking for meaning, right?
Man's search for meaning. It's a very, very good book, especially if you happen to think at the moment that you've got some struggles, in your life. Have a listen to Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning, because it's it's another level of storytelling. I mean, it's some pretty crazy space. So you read that book?
I read that book. Okay, basically the book is taught about our environment shape who we are. Okay, and then I start to examine my environment. Who conditioned me? I need to be an accountant. Yeah, I can be anything I want. Yeah, why do I have to looking for this kind of job? Yeah, right now I have lots of other passions. I really enjoy teaching. Why don't I just start to teaching? Yeah, no one asked me, Lincoln, you can't teaching.
Yep.
So I start to advertising on Facebook. And in the second week, I get 10 students immediately.
So you went advertising on Facebook. So what were you teaching them?
Oh, math. Okay. So since I was kids, I really passionate about math.
Yeah.
Okay. So I started teaching kids math.
Okay.
I started learning different type of a class to teaching math.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm writing a book called a Math Bible.
Sounds like a good Bible.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have minded that because maths was the thing that came naturally to me too. It was the other side of the equation, which I found a bit harder through the English space. But maths was always the thing. Okay, I could figure that out. And I think you've got that brain or you don't, right? It's obviously came natural to you. So so you started to replace some of the income that you would have got from the accounting job, so to speak, and then then where to from there? So I guess that builds some confidence, and then how do you how does the path go from there to sort of where you are today?
Okay, so the time when I sort of have this level or little bit confidence build myself up, I start to ask myself questions. Lincoln, over the past 6 months, what did you do make you feel more confident? Okay, so one thing I learned is like I start to teaching. And then I ask myself, every week, if I can just focus on that 5-degree shift, at the end of the year, I want to end up in total different destinations. And then every week, the first thing I ask myself is, Lincoln, how can you make that 5-degree shift? What's that one thing you can do this week can make your entire other things not necessary? So I just focus on that one thing every week.
And what's an example maybe early on? So I think some people, if someone wants to start and they're sort of thinking around, that's having that same sort of thoughts and mindsets, they might be like, what do I even do? Like, what can you think back to maybe an example of that, something that you might have had as one of those one things that you did early on just to shift, to start making these radical shifts?
That's exactly what I shared in my TEDx workshop. So it's basically balance out the 3 things. The things you're passionate about, the things people willing to pay for you, and the things you are good at. The 3 Venn diagram. And then you're looking for that intersections. So for example, I'm really passionate about fitness, but no one pay for me. so it's not my mojo, right? And I really good at teaching, people willing to pay for me, and I'm good at it. So it's right in that sweet spot. So if someone want to start it up, I always ask them these three questions. What are you passionate about? What are you really good at? What are the people willing to pay for you? And then you're looking for that sweet spot. That's your mojo. I think each one of us, we have this mojo. We just need to uncover it and share with other people. That's what I mean by turn nothing into something.
Fantastic. I think that's where a lot of people get caught. I mean, they now understand, I need to find my passion, I need to this and that, but like how? And I think you need to start to ask those questions, and that that type of intersection. There's a few different models, obviously, where you can come across that, but it's all the same result. You need to find a way to go, all right, what is it that I can do naturally? Where am I finding sort of endless energy in my life, right? Because that's really what it is about as well. Because this stuff's hard, right?
It is.
And if it didn't really mean more to you than collecting a few bucks from a client or anything else, then you just wouldn't be able to get up and do it every day.
Having a business is like having a kid. All right. Have
you got kids?
No.
No.
Right. having a quiz is feel like having a quiz.
It is similar.
Yeah.
But you're right. But like, it is the same thing. It doesn't turn off. It's always there. It requires something. It's and you're right. Like it really is. And you're on the money. It's obviously different, but it very much is the same thing. It's not something that you can just sort of clock off at 4:00 on Friday and not think about again until Monday morning. It's very much not like that at all, especially the way we're connected now, obviously.
Exactly,
digital connection, we're doing stuff all weekend, all night. I mean, that's just the way it is. So.
I think the business 24/7, so a lot of people thinking about looking for the freedom, start a business. I told them, no, that's not going to happen.
It's different kind of freedom.
Okay, different kind of freedom. Okay, the business gives you a freedom of choice. Give you a freedom of choice who you are willing to serve. Okay, who you're passionate about to working with. Okay, so every day you're passionate about your own stuff.
Fantastic. So you start educating and teaching more people. At some point, you sort of create a wealth an accounting practice. As part of that, obviously you're already trained, and I gather you then did the postgraduate stuff. I mean, CPA or CA, which one?
CPA.
Okay.
Because they have 3 actual letters.
One
actual letters.
Mine has 2. My deep dive, chartered accountant from memory. Like as I said, I've recreated that too. I came through very much a similar path of this is where you're going and this is what you should do, and then all of a sudden I was like, well, I want to change this. Because it doesn't light that fire, so to speak. So you have to create it in a way that it lights your fire. So then you've obviously started up investment companies, but really you float around that space where you finance, you like to educate and help people invest and grow, in their businesses as well. But tell me something that people might not know about you that is completely unrelated to finance, wealth, property, and all the things that you do in your day job.
Okay, in my day job, right? Okay. Personally, I don't consider myself as an accountant or financial advisor at all.
Can't or don't want to?
Either side, okay. So actually, I consider myself as a chef.
A chef?
Yes.
Okay.
Every day when I see my clients, I actually just sharing with my recipes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Not come here to looking for $10 million. No. Okay. Yeah. Only thing they want is one word. Yeah. Certainty. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They just want to be certain they have a good time. So I just share them with a recipe. Okay.
You share the recipes.
Okay. So the recipe, like in the cheesecake recipe, we have ingredient, equipment, right, and method. In accounting and finance, we have recipe, like use different bones, properties, okay, to create a piece of cheesecake. And share with them. Okay.
Fantastic.
And also I share with them at the end of like entire journey. It's not that 1 million piece of paper make you happy. It's you're able to make this cheesecake by yourself. The people who you're becoming. That makes the whole journey exciting. Okay. So that's one thing I want to share people. I'm a chef, not accountant.
I actually really like that one because I think for the last decade, even as I was starting and building different businesses and doing different things, and they're like, someone would say, what do you do? And well, okay, I'm a trained accountant, but... So that's actually a really good way to do it, because that is in a lot of ways what it is. Is analysing situations and collecting ingredients and working out, or analysing where things are at, fixing the recipe, making some adjustments and making, forcing the outcomes that people are looking for, or at least helping and trying to help. So it's a really good way of putting it.
And create values, okay, out of your creativities. Okay, outside the boundaries. Okay, I know a lot of the time people perceive accounting or financial industry as debit, credit. It's very straightforward, okay?
No.
But actually, I think it's a place to create additional values, okay? Accounting and finance is just a tools, okay? The real wealth is your emotional wealth, okay? Your wealth is your creativity. Your wealth is your playfulness. Your wealth is your joy. Your wealth is that part of you not willing to settle. Less wealth.
So how do you, in your very busy schedule, which I know you have, how do you create that opportunity for that form? You talked about wealth as being creativity. Obviously mental health. How do you structure your time, week? How do you make sure that you've got time for playfulness? You've got time for creativity. What are some of the things that you do?
Right. Okay. I have a daily blueprint. Okay. So the people who are immutable to be. Okay. Not to do list. I have a to be list.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So every time when I feel my stressful, okay, I say, I think be playful. Yeah, okay, yeah. Because that's who I am, not what I do.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so so as opposed to traditional to-do list, like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Yeah, another meeting, another podcast.
The podcasts are the fun. There's probably a client call going on right now that I'm glad I'm not part of. Nah, there's not. There's not. But I know what you mean. So how do you do that? Like, what is like? So for people listening, what is a practical method? Do you carry notes around with you in your file? Like, how do you approach that? Do you have little reminders, and how do you keep them, I guess, fresh? Because I notice when I put things up on the wall and things that are trying to remind me, very quickly that becomes just part of the furniture. So how do you maintain that fresh approach and keep reminding these things, or keep reminding yourself of these things?
Okay, so firstly, I think I have a very solid time management system called the RPM.
Yep.
Result, purpose, massive action.
Yep.
So for everything I want to accomplish, for the first question I ask myself is, what kind of result do I want? Result. Okay, we need to be very clear for our result. Okay, and purpose is why do I want to achieve it? Okay, nothing worse if you lean your letter against the different walls, right? Yeah, okay, you can be the most efficient manager, okay? But you climb to the different walls, right? At the end, it's like, oh, where am I? Why?
Which I think a lot of us do regularly, right? So, okay, so results. Purpose.
And then massive action. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I ask myself, how long does it take you to learn how to ride a bicycle? The answer is as long as it takes. Right. Okay. Once I know exactly what I want, why I want, just take massive amount of different approach to achieve it.
So this is a Tony Robbins methodology.
Now,
how do you? I'm really interested in it because I've seen people talk about it. I know of it. I think it's really cool. I've tried to implement like aspects of it. But how do you then structure that into your day every day? I believe you in that you approach things that way. So how do you? Can you give me an example of maybe like today or yesterday or something? Like how have you approached it and what it is that you're trying to achieve, assuming that you can talk about what it is that you did?
Yeah, so for example, okay, so every day, because now I'm on 8 weeks training, diet training, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I feel a bit overwhelmed. Okay, so I structure every day 7 o'clock go to the gym, and then 5 o'clock go to gym. And in between, there's another a lot of diet recipe need to follow through, a lot of to-do list. And then after 3 weeks, I feel like myself burnt out. So what's this all about, right? Yeah, okay.
I know it.
Every 2 hours, I need to suppose to eat another meal. Come on. So then I ask myself, okay, Lincoln, what do you exactly want? Okay, I just want to have that health vitalities. Okay, so I can send out the energy to everyone around me. That's the result I want. Why do I want it? I want to travel to different part of the world, and I want my business to grow. I know it requires tremendous amount of energy. That's why I really want to train myself. So and then taking different part of approach. Okay, go to gym is probably just a method to achieve this result. So as opposed, I probably just go to Kings Park to have a walk.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So this is exactly how I
structure my day. 3 weeks in, you're feeling a bit burnt out by it. So then you wake up in the morning. And then how do you approach so do you just then add a to-do list item that I want to, go for a walk around Kings Park because I know that sort of channels back to my core outcome that I'm looking for being I want more energy, not I need to get this done because there's a deadline coming up. So you just make sure you bring those important pieces in.
Exactly. Be clear about what kind of result I want to achieve, but flexible with my approach. Yeah, okay. So same thing apply to my business, okay. So every month I want to have actually 20 clients, okay. So usually we apply the funnel method, okay. 20 clients, roughly 200 phone calls, okay. Yeah, okay. So after a while, our business associate, they all burn out. I think that's another phone call after another phone call, and then so we go back to drawing board. Why do we want to have so many clients? Because we believe what we're doing is creating values. Okay, yeah. So as opposed to be very rigid, very boring phone conversation, cold calling. Okay, why don't we just have a party? Yeah. Okay,
at the gym.
Yeah. So and that's the mindset I adopt every day for every activity I'm doing. Okay, is be careful for what I want to create, but be flexible with approach.
Okay. Yeah, really cool. So take me back to the TED Talk then. Or not take you back, it was very fresh. But so that was your methodology around purpose. I believe the TED Talk, or at least the event, was called Life After Debt.
Yeah.
Was that right? So were you talking about finance in that talk? I mean, it hasn't been released, so I haven't actually been able to see it yet. I believe it's not out. But I look forward to seeing it. But so where were you? How were you stressing to people? I mean, you talked about purpose and passion, but what was, I guess, some of the key points that you wanted to bring out in this? And I assume is more finance and finance from the perspective of freedom. Can you just talk me through that?
So, okay, the key audience is mainly university students or people who have a massive amount of credit card debt. Okay. One number suggests from Australian ATO tax agent office. Okay, on average, Australia have $65,000 credit card debts. Okay, that's a massive amount. Okay, so what I really want to help my audience is actually to recreate what's possible behind these numbers. A lot of time when people too into the numbers, they thought there's no way out. But actually, when you look at the entire perspective, every problem is a gift. If you're able to overcome this problem, you become much more stronger, wiser person. So, and then I share with people about the 3 main principles, to overcome the afterlife debt. So the first principle is the science of achievement. Second one is the law of transformation, and the last thing is the art of fulfillment. So the 3 pieces coming together. All these 3 pieces is developed from the hierarchy of human needs. Maslow's hierarchy of human needs. Right. So and it's our different stage, our psychological needs. Right. Okay. So for me, as an example, I used to be an accountant. Okay.
You
so
still are. I'm sure you still pay that annual fee.
I like that word. Used to be. Everything in my life is more like a square. Debit, credit. And then I become an entrepreneur. It's more like a triangle, right? I'm so driven, purposely driven. I working 80 to 100 hours every week. After 3 years, I burn myself out. And then I moved back to circle. What goes wrong comes wrong. But after a while, I still not feel happy at all. I don't know how I can able to change. I can't change anymore. No. So what I realized is I changed from job to job. I changed from duty to duty. I changed from industry to industry. But I didn't transform. A transformed person can see the limitations a changed person cannot see.
Right.
Change is external. Everything is changing. Transformation is our internal. The person you start to able to deal with this kind of problem.
So how did you do that? How did you transform?
So 2 things I transformed. I take myself out of this situation. Start to become myself advisors. Right? It's like oh, Lincoln. If it separate myself from my behaviors. I'm not my behavior. I'm not my situation. Whatever the situation I'm now, I'm not associated with it. So I detach with it. So and I ask myself, Lincoln, what can you get out of here? All right, one lesson need to learn. Okay, if you learn a lesson, you can move on. Now let's figure out what's the lesson here. Right. Okay. This is the question I constantly ask myself. Okay. Every time I'm facing a very challenging situation, such as moving back to my sister's garage.
Yeah.
Okay. I ask myself, Lincoln, what can you learn here? What's the lesson here? You need to learn so you can move on to the next stage. Yeah. Okay. So, if, for example, when I back to my sister's garage, one thing I really need to learn is I really need to able to share my passion. Okay, I really need to utilize my passion. Knowing is not enough. I need to apply it. Yeah, okay. I know I have a lot of knowledge, but until the time you're able to find a way to serving others, no one give you a crap. Yeah,
I mean, you're a high energy, like super passionate guy, right?
Yeah.
So was it always like this? Like, was it like this when you were in your sister's garage, and just no one got to see you, or is it something that's developed as you've sort of moved through these transformational phases, and now you're sort of much more comfortable and confident in living, I guess, your purpose?
Yeah. Okay, so basically, I'm looking for a lot of mentors to help me prove out this one. Or this guy made my mentor impact me tremendously. Is Tony Robbins. And his mentor Jun Long. I used to put his cassette tape in my cars. Every time when I do the deliveries, I always shout it in my car. I remember 2 Friday night I've been pulled down by the police
because you're too loud.
Because I do all that kind of incantations in my car. Now I am the voice. I will lead, not follow. Create, not destroy. The police was like, "What's going on here?" So they asked me to blow like RBT. They thought I was drunk.
You must be drunk. This delivery driver's drunk. He's screaming at everyone on the freeway.
Yeah. Okay, so well, what I learned from Tony Robbins is if in order to change your situation, you need to change your physiologies. Okay, your physiologies change your mindset. Okay, so whatever when I feel it. When I feel hesitate, I will do immediately the 10 push-up. Okay, so like just pump myself up. Okay, it's more like as my physical is the state of my mindset.
It's like another level of doing a power pose in a way, right? So you get in there, get physical, make the chest feel strong.
I know, okay.
Get a bit sweaty.
Fake it till you make it is like what they actually want to say. Okay. But I think like what's really missing is fake it till you make it. You actually, firstly you fake it, but secondly you need to actually go back to the drawing board to build yourself day in and day out. Build the skills from day in and day out, and then you can really make it. It's 2-step process in my belief.
So you've also written some things as well. I mean, I believe you're a co-author of the MBA Mindset, which is a book that went out, and also I think you might be still writing this because I wasn't able to find anymore. But is it the 7 Habits of a Self-Made Millionaire? Is that something you're writing at the moment?
It's going to be published in September.
Fantastic.
I know.
So do you want to just talk us through how did you find the writing process, or was it something that you just really enjoyed, or was it difficult for you? And
ask any accountant or financial as well. I don't think they're good at writings at all. So what I do, I usually have a journal with me every time. But any investment I made or any business I start up, I always writing a lot of self-reflections. Okay, maybe not in a perfect grammarly order. But it's sort of yours. But it's the journeys I reflect over the years. And I think my definition for entrepreneur is you're making enough mistakes, so your profit cover your mistake, and then you survive. So over a year, I just collect so many mistakes I make. And I want to share with my students.
So you just turn them into a book on habits. And,
exactly.
So September that comes out. And is it finished? Is it going through the editing phase at this point?
Exactly. Actually, I should say 70 mistakes.
7,000 mistakes. Well, you said 7 habits, but I think that is a good point, right? I mean, I think so many of us are afraid to fail. Like even right now we're talking on a podcast. It's kind of unusual for most business people who haven't done anything on the media frame before just walk in and start talking on microphones and having cameras on you, and it's like, is this business? But like, you've got to do something and try something different, right? And you've got to be not afraid to fail, and I think that's something that's key. And I think that we just generally, as a population, don't do well, as we're very tentative, very scared of doing something that we could fail at, and that's where a lot of the talk comes from. Everyone, from our families, but certainly from our own inner head is,
exactly.
Oh, don't do that. You might fail, Lincoln.
So I grew up at a very traditional Chinese background. Okay, all my parents want me. I go to a good school and I get a good grade, and I found a very security, great, stable job.
And was it their dream to send you to Australia to study?
So all the way till today, they still ask me, Lincoln, do you want to find a very stable job? So I just say, okay, I will try.
I can't seem to get one. I haven't been putting any resumes out.
I know.
Okay, we'll cut that bit so your parents don't see it.
So I think business is all about translate your imagination into tangible. It's like building a house. You need to have that kind of blueprint before you actually start it. Translate intangible to the tangible. And
that's what I always found about accounting, and I think I found that the more traditional realms of accounting, the more traditionally trained people didn't realize how creative it really. I mean, numbers are numbers, and they're true. They're not wrong, but valuations, all these things can be. At the extreme end manipulated, and at the other end, that they are flexible, because it is still. Everything's still based off on the market, based off perceptions, based off, so many assumptions that go into things. Like what you might be looking at thinking is black and white just is not so. The numbers add up, or they should add up, but it doesn't mean that it's black and white. The same number doesn't add up when a property goes from being worth $500,000 to $1 million.
Exactly.
The number just comes from somewhere, and that's just growth. That's just not an adjustment. But it's like, I think it's not that traditional frame. It's not this traditional, just simple box of, stack of blocks which all lines up. It's very much, there's a lot of creativity in it as well.
Exactly. I personally perceive accounting is like a scoreboard. Okay. The profit from the business is directly come from the things you're doing for your clients for a sustainable period of time. The profit is just merely one of the indicators. You're doing the right thing. You're creating the values. As opposed to looking at the numbers, when is my profit goes up, I would much more prefer to going back to ask myself, Lincoln, what kind of problem are you solving now? What kind of value can you create for your people? The more value you're able to create, the more you can stop worrying about your profit now. Because because the people willing to pay for it. Please take my money. Please. So I think that's the part I'm really passionate about. Accounting is not just about numbers. Accounting is all about keeping a records. So to supporting the business activities.
So a little change of pace. Where do you think it is, or what is it that is the source of your drive?
My source of drive.
Where what is it? What is it that you're super passionate. You're full of energy. You obviously plan to do that. Like, I know other things that we haven't touched on at this point. You were quite a lean guy or adolescent, and you had to work very hard for a long period of time to build a lot of muscle. Like, you've clearly got the discipline, the persistence, and all those types of adjectives together. Where did it come from?
I think it's come from my immigration mindset. Every day when I'm in Australia, I still perceive myself, I need to earn it. Every trust, every conversation I have, I ask myself, doesn't matter what you did yesterday, you need to build this trust from word to word, from conversation to conversation. Use your actions to build a trust. Every day when I at least land an opportunity, I just remind myself, Okay, look, Lincoln, less like a couple billion people in China. Why you come to this beautiful place to create your dreams? Okay, so I'm really grateful to have the opportunity. Okay, so I just think about, as opposed to think about it's another work, I actually think about it's another day to pursue my possibilities. As funny as it sounds, but actually exactly that's how I think. I feel myself as extremely lucky guy to have the opportunity to be here, to have the voice be spoken. Okay, to another day to see the struggle between the up and down between the market. That's actually made me feel exciting. Okay. If everything is just perfect, there's nothing else I can do. Okay. I really enjoy the market up and down. I enjoy the hustle. Enjoy that disappointment. Okay, now it's my major joy to see that disappointment. Okay, what's
and then go do something.
Okay, wow, that's interesting.
So it's like sort of equal parts gratitude and equal parts maybe a worthiness and deserving type, like why me? So you've got, and possibly that's, I think they're some of the biggest drivers. And perhaps you've got both in that frame, because you've actually got, I can get driven from being grateful, but at the same time maybe I'm not worthy, I've got to put in the extra hard work. And if you're waking up every day thinking every meeting, every situation, you've got to add some value because you're there and you're lucky to be there. And like you say, I mean, we don't know the scale of billions of people. Like, there's a lot of people, in China. And it's, you're right, like, why you? How, you were fortunate enough to get here. And you talked of your parents, and I assume they had a big role in doing a lot in their lives that helped create the opportunity to sort of make this happen. So I guess you feel that for them as well, and they're all the drivers that make you go.
It's between two spectrums. Okay, I'm nothing, I'm the best. So you in the middle, you find yourself. Okay, so like, okay, what I do means nothing, right? And actually, I'm one out of 10 billion sperms. Be here, I'm unique. So every day I'm between these two spectrums and find myself right in the middle. So I can do me.
So I think you spend a lot of time giving back and doing a lot of things to help other people as well. Just adding value in general. But one of those, I read somewhere that you're looking to start a school or are starting a school in China. Do you want to talk me through that and why and how do you sort of plan to make that come to life?
Okay, so basically, less 3 million kids in China. Okay, they didn't receive any formal education every year. Okay, so because of living expense, whatever. So actually $50 Australian dollar can support them for the whole years of the schooling. Okay. So once I know about this number, it's really drive me. Okay, something we can do. Okay, $50, probably 10 cup of coffees.
We spend that without even thinking, right?
Exactly. Especially in Perth. Right.
Well, especially when you pay $12 for a cup of coffee in Perth.
Okay, so that's what I think about. That's something we can do here. Okay, to help transform people's life. So what I really want to do is like already start doing scheduling. Is firstly is doing a lot of like talk. Okay, and share my passions with other people. And we have a group of investors. We try to establish a private school in China. Okay, and
so it'll be a private school. That you look to, or someone will run.
Exactly.
And you're looking to, you've got investors that are putting money together to basically run a private school, but like effectively offering students for free, or how does it?
For free. Okay, so basically the business model looks like this. Okay, so all the funds going to be invest either in an index fund, or like any other investment instrument, all the proceed, from this financial market, it generate enough cash flow to move back to support the school operation activities.
Fantastic.
So it's basically very self-eco running systems. So that's the reason why I'm really passionate about finance, because it's my tools to helping people. I not just have a very big visions, but I don't know how to on the ground to run it. And that's the things I want to share with other people as well. Whatever the vision they have, they can use the finance or accounting as a tool to help them to tangibilize it. Okay,
that doesn't happen enough either, by the way. So there's something that what you didn't gloss over, but what you went through very quickly is actually utilizing donation money, however you want to put it, but investing that money and then using the cash flow, like harvesting that off the top to obviously make it self-sustaining for a period of time.
Beautiful.
Which is something that doesn't necessarily happen in that space. I think it very quickly often money moves into sunk cost and it's gone and it can't be reused and doesn't grow. It doesn't provide any asset investment. I mean, look, it certainly does happen, but I think it's not thought of as commonly, and obviously that what you're looking for is sustainability. I mean, you don't want to help 4 kids and then that's it. I mean, you'd be happy to help 4 kids, but how can you help people for long periods of time? And that sounds like what you're building. So that's really cool.
I really like it is like most people overestimate what they can achieve in 1 year, but underestimate what they can achieve in 1 decade. My out of my self-reflection, I think is my biggest weakness is the lack of patience.
Isn't it that difficult? But like, because we talk hustle, we talk patience. But balancing the two is just a really fun, a really difficult thing, because when you want to get things done, you want to move, just patience. What the hell? I've got time to be patient. But you've got to find a way to sort of be and embody both of those things as once. I mean, have you got any experiences there? Have you got any stories where you found yourself really struggling to balance the two?
I found myself, especially in the investment world, you actually need to sit tight. Once you made a decision, you need to sit tight. Just wait till the maturity. Quite often it's out of my self-egos, or like lack of patience, I drew back the capitals, invest somewhere else. Right, so it happened to me numerous times. Right, so I had paid a bit money for the lessons.
No doubt.
So that's I think business is I more think about business is the real school for self-improvement. The self-development school. Whatever you're weak, you will in your personality, it will reflect in your business. So as opposed to think about why the business is not growing, maybe I go every time I ask myself, which area I need to increase. If the business is not growing, means Lincoln is not growing. It's true.
And when you look at your weaknesses, they definitely they definitely are present in your business, and you've got to find a way to either cover those, have someone else cover them, whatever it looks like. But it's all related to the mindset of the leader, right? In so many ways, because many things have been achieved, like many big things have been achieved in say 6 or 12 months, like you say, or say 10 years, like you say. How long has it taken Amazon to get where it's at? A long time, but look how big it is, and most people would think that wasn't possible in someone's lifetime in a lot of ways, because but that you've got to just take that approach, that you've got to just put the right building blocks together and understand your weaknesses. And if you can't grow yourself, then your business is never going to get past the situation. And you raised the word ego, which I talk about a lot, and we obviously you'd be aware of my other podcast, Simple Minds, where we guys sit around here once a week and basically try and talk, pretending that we've got no egos, but really it's all about ego. And but it's such a big thing, and it stops us, doesn't it? Like it's a limiter more than something that like allows us to do more. I find it is the ego and that fear of being showed up, or being feeling like you're
not enough.
You're going to not enough, or you're going to fail. It's bigger on that side, I think, than the ego of you going and trying something big and failing. It's a really funny thing that we all have as people.
I know. Another metaphor to close out the balance part, patience part. I actually found out one very interesting fact: Chinese bamboo tree. For the small baby bamboo tree, you need to constantly water it day in and day out for 7 years before it start to grow.
7 years.
At the 8th year, the bamboo tree suddenly goes up to 10 meters high. Now, the question here is, does it take bamboo tree 1 year to grow this 10 meter high, or 7 years, or 8 years? The answer is 8 years. The other 7 years is the bamboo tree digging the root on the ground to learn the market, to learn the systems. Yeah, okay. So every day when I see a business not moving fast as I supposed to be, I just remind myself, okay, this one is a bamboo tree. As long as I believe in a direction is correct.
You're right, because it does take, under the surface is such a different approach. Like if you're talking finance, like you'll see multimillionaires or multi-billionaires literally lose everything, and 12, 24 months later, they're back. Yeah. And they're back because of their networks. They're back because they understand what it's like to write checks for X amount of money, how to raise capital. They've done and they have all this experience. Like the actual result and what we talked about from the accounting side isn't necessarily, or if you forget about all the intangible and all the, like, what's the soil conditioning like? There's everything. Like you say, it takes 8 years. Yeah, it couldn't happen in 1 year. It needed that. That experience and going through that process for that 7 years beforehand. But that's a really cool analogy, the bamboo tree. That's really good.
Yeah. Okay. It also fit into the analogy of my favorite book. Okay, The Outliers. Right?
Outliers?
Yeah. Okay, remember, the 10,000 hour rules.
Yes.
Equivalent to 7 to 10 years to master in any field. Okay, yeah. So that's the mindset I start to adopt into it. Okay, I'm in a mastery process, not just a quick profit and run away. Right?
Fantastic. And it's so true. And when you really look into that, you can't hack that. Like you can do more hours and you can shorten that period of time, but it's like anything. You've got to do the time. Even if you start off looking and feeling pretty good about something, you just need to have that effort where you know what might come out of the corner. Like if you put that into a sporting situation, most of what happens is almost done on autopilot because someone has just been playing that sport for 10 years.
Exactly.
Like they just understand, they know where the ball's going to be or what's going to happen, what to do.
Yeah.
It's feeling,
Exactly.
How does a tennis player hit the back line every time? I mean, they can't just do it 4 times and be consistent.
Yeah. It's just like once you go to gym for so often, you just don't think about it. Your feeling doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Like when you do the investment or accounting so much more, you just don't think about it. It's just do it, right? Yeah. Separate your egos with the fat.
That's it.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to fire into a couple of rapid questions. Well, firstly, before I hit those, Who are you learning from right now? What's your favorite book, or what's something you're looking at right now that you're digging into to grow?
Right. Currently, I'm reading a book, The Power of Now.
Okay. Is that about patience?
Yeah. It's more into the president of the conversations with whoever I engage with.
Whose book is that?
Okay, I think it's Echo Towards.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah. Okay, phenomenal book.
The Power of Now.
The Power of Now.
Yep.
Okay, so I think like a lot of time I really just want to immerse into the present moment.
Oh, okay, so it's about getting into the present moment.
Yeah. Okay. Another book I found a tremendous value I want to share with everyone is the book written by Ray Dalio.
Yep.
Principles. Yeah, it's phenomenal. Just phenomenal.
I think I'm pretty sure I've seen it all over your profiles.
Oh, lately. Yeah.
And he's got some pretty cool stuff going out there at the moment. But it is it's amazing, right?
Just phenomenal. Yeah. Okay. So the principle, I think, like what he condenses is his decades of experience in the financial and business world into this Bible called Principles.
It's not a small book.
Not a small book. That's why I buy 3 copies. One in my office, one is my bedrooms, and one is my cars. I listen to the audiobook all day, every day. Yeah, so it's phenomenal.
I had the benefit of listening to that audiobook. Sorry, I was looking up to see if it was on the wall. I listened to that book. I was driving up north on a family holiday. So the family were asleep. It was like black, middle of the night. Yeah. And I got to listen to like 10 hours straight of like a good chunk of it, which was great. It was a good opportunity because often you'll stop when you're listening to things. And
exactly.
It was really cool just to listen to a lot of it, but it was such a great book. My only problem with that is I wanted to take heaps of notes and I couldn't because I was driving. But what's one takeaway? What did you pull out of that book? Like, I mean, there's so much, but just one takeaway.
Okay, so each personality, each person deal with his strengths and weakness and know thyself. Okay, okay. I perceive myself as a big picture thinker. So in terms of detail, I really suck at it. So I need to build a team around it. Okay, so we hire 3 engineers. Okay, to make sure the financial system align with the integrities. Okay. So it's not about like beat yourself up. Why always missing out these small details. It's more about know about yourself. What's your strength and and how can you mitigate the risk?
Yeah. Awesome. All right, we'll hit these rapid fire ones, and you might bring this book up, but maybe there's something else in your life that. But look, if you had to take one book into solitary confinement for a year, and you were in there for whatever reason, what book would that be, and why?
This is a good question. The book I think I will probably bring is Vico Franco, maybe. The main search for meaning. Since I end up in such a corners, right? Okay. I will bring something meaningful and insightful. Okay. To ask myself, what can I learn from this situation?
Fantastic. What's your favorite Disney or cartoon character?
Lion King.
Yes. So Simba?
Yeah.
Beat the chest?
Yes.
King of the jungle?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Actually, that's my nickname, Lion King.
Lion King?
Right, okay.
Who calls you that?
Oh, my mentor, Tony Lovin.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Tony calls you Lion King.
Yeah, Lion King. Okay. So it's actually every time when I feel doubt of myself, I always think about this symbol. It's more like an identity. Okay, like who you want to become, what kind of quantity, behind a Lion King. I think it's integrity, honest, and like very brave.
That's why I asked the question, because people will often grab a character that has some traits related to them, because there's so many Disney characters and otherwise. But so interesting, integrity. I can see all that. I can see all that in you.
Okay. Energy.
There's got to be plenty of energy in there. Lion brings that. So cool. What's one weird app or really cool app that you have on your home screen?
Tinder.
Tinder?
No. Okay, it's, My Fitness Pal.
My Fitness Pal?
Yeah. Okay, just keep my calories.
Count your calories.
Yeah.
Do you track your exercise in there as well?
Yeah.
Okay,
do.
Okay, fantastic.
Okay.
All right, and the question that I always finish out with, and I'm sure there's you've got plenty to offer, but what's the one thing that you would advise people to do to amplify their business?
Know your passion.
Know your passion.
Yeah. Okay, so business.
So how do they do that?
Right. Okay, so going back to the very initial drawing board. Okay, what's your gift? Okay, what's the one thing you are really passionate about? Okay, and you can criticalize it. Okay, and offer it to your communities. Okay, providing more values than anyone else in the market. Okay, okay. Then your business is truly unshakable. Yeah.
So on a practical standpoint, because I'd like to just dig into that a little bit. What can they do? Like, how can people go from I've just heard Lincoln say that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I know that, but how? What do I do?
Know your passion and start to share your passion. Okay, no one care about your passion, so you think about how come my passion able to helping other people. Like for example, I'm really passionate about mathematics. I'm really passionate about philosophies. Okay, that's my passion. And then the second question I ask myself, how can I utilize what I know and then to solve the other people's problem? Right. Okay, so actually, in my opinion, accounting is all about plus and minus. A lot of clients coming on Lincoln, how much tax return can I get? Right, plus and minus. Yeah, okay. So I utilize the passion I know to solving a problem, practical problem. Okay, so last week I just helping one of my clients to set up his artist business at the Baldivers. Okay, okay. So this guy, he's very passionate about drawings. He has drawing for the past 20 years. Okay, but he's just don't know where to start. He asked me, Lincoln, I know I'm really good at paintings, okay, and I painting for past 2 decades, okay, and I'm really passionate about it, okay, but how can I do it? I was like, okay, so firstly, you just need to start use business as a vehicle. Okay, start to sharing. Okay, your passion. Okay, so this week he start a Facebook page. Okay, and start to share with people.
So just be more of yourself, right? And share more of yourself and bring that into your business that you're doing right now.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. And the thing about your passion is more like a torch or a light in a darkness to helping other people to see their own unique strengths. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for coming. Where can people find out a bit more about you?
Right. Okay. Either go to my website, lincolnpain.com. Okay. Or just add me on Facebook, Lincoln Pain.
So do you want to spell it out?
Lincoln. Yep. LINCOLN. Pain. PAN.
Yep.
Yeah.
.com.
.com.
And you can find everything from there. Your socials and all that are off there as well. But check this guy out. He's full of energy. Just an amazing guy to have around, and very knowledgeable in a lot of areas. So if you think you need some help in the education space, if you want to find out more about finance, just follow this guy and see what he's up to. But every time I look at my phone, he's off doing something somewhere else, some other place, and I wonder how he fits it all in. Look, thank you so much for coming, and thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having me here. Yeah.
Cheers. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Amplify Your Business podcast with me, Matt Hanham. And look, guys, I hope you liked it. If you really did, I'd love for you to share it with your friends or anyone you think might find it useful. And look, I hope to bring you some more amazing episodes and some more amazing guests. And until next time.